You guys, I literally just got off of a plane like not even an hour ago, and here I am filming my February wrap up for you. Do you like my little chair? I got sick of being like on the floor. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren if you're new here, and today I'm going to be showing you everything that I read in February. I keep wanting to say March and it's driving me up a wall, but February. Before I get into all the books that I read this month, look what I just got in the mail. It's a new book of the month box. In here I have 2 new books, and I'm super excited because with every new month, you know that this bad boy is coming in the mail. So if you haven't heard of Book of the Month, they're a super popular and fast growing online book service for readers. I love Book of the Month because their mission is to promote new and emerging authors and help people find books that they love. So the Book of the Month team vets hundreds of books and gives their readers a choice from a curated selection, which I love because you have the ability to find a book that really is truly right for you. Whatever genre you like, there's always a book for you. And the books that they choose from are new and early release titles. It gives you the ability to do less researching and more reading, which I love. A really great thing about Book of the Month is the fact that they are risk-free, so you can skip any time of the month, any month. It is completely free. You will not be charged if you skip a month. So if you're behind on any of your reading for the month, go ahead and skip that month. Book of the Month also has the best price for new release hardcover fiction. You can get your first book for only $9.99 using my code CHEERS. Now I'm super excited to show you the books that I chose. Okay, the first one I chose is Sally Hepworth, The Soulmate. Now, I've read a book by Sally Hepworth before, and I'm really excited to pick this up. I love, 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 love a good thriller. So I'm super excited to kind of dive into this one. And the second one that I got, I'm super, super, super excited. It is Wayward by Amelia Hart. This is historical fiction, and I have been just searching and searching for a historical fiction book that I would love, and I know that I'm gonna really enjoy this one because if you don't know, I'm kind of like a little history buff, so I'm really excited to get into some historical fiction. This is right up my alley. I'm so excited to read this book. So these are my 2 picks for the month. Again, my code is CHEERS. It's going to be in the description. Thank you so much, Book of the Month, for sponsoring this section of my video. Now I'm gonna shut up and show you some of the books that I read this month. I had like a really great month of reading. I'm like really happy. I think that I'm like really trying to just push myself and not let myself slip into a reading slump, so I'm being more mindful of that. I read 12 books in total. I think I did 4 ebooks, I want to say. Let me see if that is correct. Okay, I read 3 ebooks. But yeah, so without further ado, I guess let's just get started. I literally look like I blend into this friggin' chair. The first book that I read is on my Kindle, and it is called Change on the Fly by Marin something. They'll all be in the caption of this video, so don't worry about that. It was a hockey romance. It's a single dad, but like here's the catch, like his half-sister, something happens to her, there's an accident, and he is forced, he's like next of kin, to take care of her 3-year-old son, and it's also best friend's brother. So while he's like in this little predicament where he has to take care of this random kid he's never met, he also is gonna help out his sister's best friend by giving her a job as the nanny. I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it like 4 stars, but like my only critique of that book would have to be that it says it's hockey romance, but there was like barely any mention of hockey in the book, so just know that going into it. But I heard that this Marin author, I can't remember her name, she has really great hockey romances, so I think I'm gonna check out more of those. But yeah, that was Change on the Fly. Next book I read was a paperback, this big textbook baby. It was Things I Wanted to Say But Never Did by Monica Murphy. So this is part of the Lancaster Prep series, and if you know me, you know I absolutely adore A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, so I knew I had to read this. Okay, there's a lot to say. It's a bully romance, and I just really want to make that clear before I kind of talk more about it, because if you do pick up and read this book, just know that it is very aggressive. It's just not like a sweet, it's not a fake enemies to lovers, like it's a full-on bully romance. I hate you, I wish you were dead. So just know that it's a lot sometimes, and I think that you need to take him with the main character with a grain of salt. So just know that. I know that that's like a big thing when people read this book. They like hate it because it's kind of like, I guess like he's kind of just like not it. He's like controversial, but I ate this book up and I absolutely adored the character. While reading it, you need to just keep reminding yourself that it's fiction. Like these things aren't real. He's not a real person. And I think you'll enjoy this like a lot more. I think I gave it 4 stars. Let me know if you read this book. I loved it. Okay, next I picked up Birthday Kisses, the A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime novella, and I only gave this 2 stars, and I'm not really going to go in depth about it because it was like an extra long epilogue and I feel like it was just so unnecessary for me. I just felt like I didn't really need this book. So next, all of these are kind of like the same kind of vibe because I was filming a video this month, but I picked up Better Than the Movies and I gave this 3.75 stars, but I want to change it now to 3.25 stars because while I loved it and while I understand why it's hyped up, I just don't think about it as much. Like now that we're facing the end of the month, it's kind of like a test to see if I really enjoyed these books. And if I'm not thinking about the characters as much, you know I just didn't really vibe with it and love it. But this is Fake Dating and Childhood Friends to Lovers. They're also neighbors. And he kind of is helping her get the guy of her dreams. And I don't know, I just really did not like the main character. I found her like just a tad intolerable. It took me really quick to get through. It just felt slow. Like while also being fast paced, it just felt slow to me. So I don't know. It also felt a little childish. So that's just how I felt. But yeah, 3.25 stars. I'm changing my rating. And I'm sorry if I offended you with this rating because I know so many people love it and everyone wants a big review on this. But I just feel indifferent to this book. Like it doesn't really stick in my mind. The Godparent Trap by Rachel Van Dyken. I gave this book, I think another I gave this 3.5 stars. This book is forced proximity, best friends, brother, opposites attract, enemies to lovers, but like you know how I feel about enemies to lovers, they're not quite enemies. And I really liked it. It was like a lighthearted read. It was, actually I take that back, it wasn't really lighthearted because there's like a big disaster that happens. Obviously, again, there's like such a trend with these books, but they're forced to parent his sister's kids and it's also like her best friend, like their kids. So it was good. I really liked the characters, but then again, like it was just a cute read, you know? It was like a really cute concept and I liked the way that the author wrote it, but I just think that it felt like a little boring. There wasn't, besides the big plot that happens in the beginning and the end, there just wasn't much to the book. There was like no meat and I just didn't really enjoy reading like him not liking the fact that she's like messy, you know what I mean? Like it was just like overkill with enemies to lovers and it was just not done correctly. Like the things I wanted to say but never did is enemies to lovers. Like there's a reason. Like this just is them getting irritated by each other. Yeah, it was cute. It was there. Like it was just there. Like again, just like with this book, I don't think about these books day to day. Like I don't think I would like, when someone asks me to recommend a book, I don't think these would come to my head like first, you know what I mean? Like they're just not my top pick. I'm excited to talk about this book because I really loved it. It's When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I gave this book 4 stars. This is a small town romance. He's a baker and she's a pop star like trying to run away from her life. And her car ends up breaking down in front of his house and he kind of takes her in and he's like, hey, you can stay with me for the night until you get your car fixed. The grumpy sunshine in this book is not overkill. Like he's not punching walls, putting holes through things, you know what I mean? Like he's just like grumpy. It was really nice to like read their contrasting personalities. I was really nervous to read this because she wrote the cheat sheet and I really despised the cheat sheet, but this book gave me a newfound opinion on her and I absolutely adored it. Like I want to reread it again because I find myself thinking about Noah and Amelia. I want a book that's like really, I'm not going to call it enemies to lovers because it's not. It's just like really opposites attract. I think you should read this one. Next book is X's and O's by Amy Lee. And I actually DNF'd this book because I think I read it at the wrong time. But to be quite honest, I don't think that if I picked it up at a good time, I would like it. I just think it wasn't for me. I have an issue honestly with like authors writing influencers, and when it's not done well, I get super duper cringed out. And she was an influencer, actually a book influencer in here. Oh, the whole book I sat there cringing because she just embarrassed herself constantly, the main character. And at one point I literally closed it because I was like, I cannot sit here and read a book if it's making me like want to crawl up into a ball and not speak to people for like 5+ business days. So the next book is actually on my Kindle. I read Powerless and I gave that 3.5 stars. Powerless is part of like a series with interconnected standalones. It is Flawless, I don't remember the next one, and Powerless. And I don't know, something's wrong with me, and I was like, I hate series, so I'm just gonna pick up the last one because everyone's talking about it on Instagram, and I saw it was a small town romance. It's also hockey romance and childhood friends to lovers. Those are my 3 like recent favorite tropes, so I was like, okay, I have to pick it up. I really liked it, but I found it slow. Oh, I don't know, I just found like, okay, I just found like with the main male character, he was like really closed off, and then at one point it was like a switch goes off and like all of a sudden he's like open and like throwing himself in a relationship with this girl. I feel like there needed to have been like a little bit more of like, at least the author should have shown him like at least trying to open up about his feelings. So the next book I read is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I gave this 4.5 stars. So basically it's just a murder mystery. There's like an unsolved case that is closed, and it's about a girl who goes missing in this small town. Pip, the main character, her capstone project, she wants to solve it, and I really loved it, like a lot actually, and I think that I would read the 2 other books in the series. I didn't see any of the twists or like I didn't see the ending coming, so I really liked that because I was like trying to like rack my brain and just like kind of figure out what was gonna happen, and I absolutely couldn't. The next one I'm super excited to talk about is Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. I gave this 4.5 stars, or just 4 stars, sorry, just 4 stars. And it's a mafia romance, enemies to lovers, and it's so good. I did not expect myself to love this book as much as I did. It has brought me into another world of like romance books that I'm so glad that I've discovered. I've never read a mafia romance before. It's an arranged marriage, and kind of they're enemies and they hate each other, and it's almost like prank wars. Few people asked me if this was like heavily mafia. Like, there's not gory scenes in this. Like, I think it's done well if you're not familiar with like the mafia scene and like you don't really know what that is. She does a really great job kind of explaining it. So I think this is a really good intro to mafia romance. Okay, I have 2 books left. So the next book I picked up was Throttled, and I gave this 4 stars. And again, I was super scared going into this because I read The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, and that's the only book I read by her, and I absolutely despised it. But this book did it for me. I had the biggest crush on Noah the entire time. It's kind of like forbidden love almost, because Noah and Maya, the main character, her brother, they're rival teammates and they hate each other. And I'm so glad that I went in with an open mind and I kind of forgot about my opinion on Fine Print, because these 2 books like don't even match up. I'm so excited to read the next few books in the series, but I did say on my Instagram I'm skipping Sophie and Liam because I hated them. Last book, I read it on my Kindle. It is Stolen Heir by Sophie Lark. It's the 2nd book in the Brutal Prince like little gifted series, and it is so good. I don't want to hear it that you guys like didn't like it. It was, as I was reading it, I was like, oh my god, this is kind of like Beauty and the Beast. And then I went on her Instagram and someone literally said it's like the best retelling of Beauty and the Beast. So basically the head of the Polish mafia, he kidnaps innocent like prized possession youngest daughter of the Irish mafia, and he holds her captive, and obviously like you know like what happens next. I'm so excited to go on to the next one, but I don't know if any other book will compare to Stolen Heir. Like, but yeah, I'm telling you right now, you need to read it because I'm obsessed. Oh my god. Okay guys, so that was the end of my little February wrap up. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys got some good recommendations from this video. Let me know if you read any of them. Let me know what your favorite book was from this month. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Love you. Subscribe. Bye.